Hi, this is Professor Beck, and in this video we're going to be demonstrating some of the functions that will be useful to you in your assignment this week. So we're going to take a look at the string function upper to convert all the elements of a string to uppercase. We're going to take a look at one format of the format function, which will be used to give us currency in US units, which will be dollars with the dollar sign. And we're also going to take a look at the date add function, and we'll get a bonus in there. We'll use the get date function, which will return the current system date and time. And date add, as we're using it, we're going to be using it to add individual days to a date in order to return in this case, a future date, because the number will be positive. If you wanted a previous date, you would just make them negative. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And so here's a demonstration of the upper function, and this may look just a little bit different to you because I've got the field repeated twice to show you the original and the uppercased function. So let's go ahead and run that. I've actually, oh, what did I change? There we go. Didn't select it all. And so we have the customer's first name, capital K O R A H, as it is in the database, and here it is shifted to all uppercase. And so pretty straightforward use of the upper function, and there's a corresponding lower function if you want to get the output in lowercase. And this is particularly useful if you change the collation, the default collation order on SQL Server. Generally speaking, SQL Server comes defaulted so that it is not case sensitive. Most modern databases are case sensitive, so upper and lowercase matter. So if you want to match strings, it's a good idea to shift them all to upper or all to lower when doing the comparison. Otherwise, you won't get a match if it's mixed case and you don't type it exactly as it is in the database. All right, so let's move on and take a look at the format function. So we're going to select the cost from the item table. And again, I'm selecting cost a second time from the audit table, the items table. And in the first case, we're not going to format it. In the second, we're going to format it. And you can look these up in the SQL Server reference. We're going to choose this variant of the format function that is going to use the currency parameter. And the currency is going to differ from country to country. Pounds are denoted with the sort of uppercase L, and yen in Japan with the sort of double-crossed Y. In the US, we use the dollar sign. So by telling it the nationality, it's going to localize it for us. So let's go ahead and run that. And so we get the first column back raw, and the second column formatted in dollars and cents, and with the right number of decimal places for the default currency. So if these had been longer or if they had been shorter, they would have been expanded or truncated, rounded, I should say, to show the typical dollars and cents format for the limit of the units that we use in the US. And then finally, let's take a look at the get date and the date add function. So get date is merely going to return the current date. And this select statement may look a little bit odd to you because I'm not actually using it from any table. So it's using the default system table. In Oracle, we'd call it the dual table. We'd actually use the dual table. It's implied here in SQL Server. And so we're going to get the current date, and that will get the current date timestamp. Then we're going to call getDate again as the third parameter of the date add function. And date add is how we can add numbers to a date. And we start by specifying that this date add is going to use the date units. Okay, because we could use the date part, we could use the month part, we could use the year part. What are we actually adding to? So we're going to add to the date, the days, I should say. The number of days we're going to add is 7. So from today, what will it be 7 days from today? And then get date again is what we're adding to. So let's go ahead and run that and see how that executes. Okay, so here we have today's date, 2015, 10/3 at 14:38:56, so about 2:38 in the afternoon. And we add 7 days to that, and it will be October the 10th at 14:38:56 and 13 tenths or 13 thousandths of a second. So there you are. Useful functions. There are many, many more in SQL Server, and you're going to see as you start to create procedures that you can add to the capabilities. If you need additional custom functions, you can design them and implement them yourself as user-defined stored procedures. That's all for now, and post your questions, and final exam coming up, so good luck to all of you on the final.